The wealthy mother-in-law had always been kind to her daughter-in-law, but one day she needed help. And when she didn't get an answer, the daughter-in-law froze. Alina was staring at the cup in front of her, barely holding back tears, whether from bitterness or exhaustion from it all. Her husband, Alexei, was sitting in the chair next to her. "Listen, I can see something's wrong. Why don't you just tell me what's going on?" he asked. The man had to stay silent. "Well, your mom came over today," Alina continued. "She told me how I should live my life, once again saying I'm useless and that meeting me was your biggest mistake. And as a cherry on top, she said I should quit my job and spend all my time taking care of you." Alexei felt really bad seeing his wife in such a state, but he didn't want to cause any family arguments. He respected both his parents and Alina equally, but when conflicts arose, he had never sided with his wife. "When my parents first found out about the pain, well, they immediately didn't like her. Every day, they begged me to break up with her. She's just a poor elementary school teacher from a rural family," my mother said to me. "Son, maybe you're rushing. You should think it through, because it could get worse later," my father added. After we got married, Alexei's parents even suggested we live together to make sure I wouldn't get the apartment in case of a divorce. However, we decided to rent a place to avoid bothering them. For a while, we enjoyed our freedom, but soon, my mother started visiting us every day. She really wanted me to break up with Alina. She constantly belittled her when I wasn't around. "Don't worry about what she says. She'll get used to you eventually." Alexei tried to calm her down. "By the way, how's your Chinese going?" Lately, Alina had been getting into languages, and she was thrilled when Alexei asked about her progress. "You're doing really well with Chinese. How about we go out to celebrate today?" Alexei suggested. "Sure," Alina agreed. In the evening, she got dressed and waited for her husband to come home. But to her surprise, he was late. She decided to lie down on the couch, and before she knew it, she had fallen asleep. When she woke up, she saw her husband at home. "Why did you come home so late? We were supposed to go out and celebrate," she asked. "Sorry, I was at my parents' place and stayed there late," he apologized. After that evening, Alexei started visiting his mother every evening for the whole week. Alina began noticing how much her husband had changed. In the mornings, he was kind and caring, but in the evenings, he was moody and arrogant. A few times, she tried to talk to him, but to no avail. His behavior changed even more when his business started making a lot of money. "Lesha, my mum lost her job due to an accident. Could we send her some money to help?" Alina asked one day. "Why should we help your mum? She has her own family, and our money isn't her concern. Let her work and earn it, or you can give her some of your teacher's salary," he replied sarcastically. Soon, Alexei started disappearing in the evenings to hang out with friends. He would tell his wife, "My job is really stressful, so I need to unwind with my friends." Alina grew frustrated that her husband spent all his free time with his friends and decided to follow him. She was shocked by what she saw. Alexei wasn't just hanging out with his friends, he was with unfamiliar women as well. Alina approached her husband and tried to talk to him, but he acted like he didn't even know her. That same evening, Alina packed her things and went to her friend's house, tearfully saying, "His mother has turned him against me." "Well, your Alexei is no better. If he truly loved you, he would stand up for you and never do something like that," her friend replied. "You're right. He's always been silent when his mom insulted me," Alina said. "While you're here, I have a proposition for you. A friend of mine is looking for a tutor for his daughter. The pay is good, and with that money, you can even cover rent," her friend offered. Alina agreed to it gladly, The next day, Alina went to work as a tutor. When she entered the house, she was surprised by how big and luxurious it was. The homeowner, Roman, greeted her. "Hello, today you'll be working with my daughter, and then I'll decide if I want to hire you or not." "Hello, sure, I agree," Alina replied, and began working with the girl. Roman went to his office. Alina was so focused on teaching the child that she didn't notice the camera through which Roman was watching them. When the lesson ended, the girl praised her teacher in front of her father. Roman then led Alina to his office and said, "I really like your teaching approach, so I'd like to hire you. Here's all the information you need to know. I expect to see you again tomorrow at the same time." He handed her a few sheets of paper. Alina took the folder and was about to put it in her bag when a notebook fell out, a Chinese language notebook. "Wow, you're learning Chinese?" Roman asked, impressed, picking up the notebook from the floor. "Yes," Alina smiled, feeling more and more drawn to him every day. Roman felt the same about her, though she didn't realize it yet. Alina no longer spoke to Alexei. Soon, she sent him a message saying that she had found a friend to stay with and attached divorce papers. One day, Roman called Alina into his office and asked, "Sorry to bother you, but could you help me translate this document? I don't know Chinese, so I tried using an online translator, but it didn't work out." Of course, she agreed. Soon, Roman was so impressed with Alina's language skills that he hired her as a translator for his company. Thanks to this job, she no longer had to worry about money. One day, Alina saw her former mother-in-law standing in front of the house. She wanted to pretend she didn't know her and quickly run inside, but her mother-in-law grabbed her arm and said, "Alina, please forgive me for everything in the past. Help our family, please. Alexei lost his job, and his father went bankrupt. We're out of money, and they want to take our house. Please, help us." Alina paused, then replied, "I'm sorry, but I can't forgive you, especially since I once asked your son for help for my mother, and he refused. So, I don't want to help you now." She turned and walked inside. Alina knew she should help them, but she couldn't forget the past, the way her mother-in-law had humiliated her for being poor. Now, Alina is married to Roman, and she has no regrets about leaving Alexei.